Okay, so in this video, we'll be building this igloo scene. We'll be using also some assets from Quixel Mega Bridge, Mega Scans Quixel Bridge, should I say? Sorry, I jumbled up my words. Yeah, and we'll create an igloo, but let's jump straight into it. We'll create this scene. So, new, general, I won't save this. So we've got a blank scene, default cube. What we want to do is first build our igloo, right? So let's delete this. We don't need this, we don't need this. We're just focusing on the igloo. So let's go to mesh. I'm going to say UV sphere. I want to change these UV sphere properties. Like 18, maybe 12. Let's see. Let's say 10. Let's say 10 by 12. I'm happy with that. Okay, what we want to do is delete the faces we don't need. So I'll just turn on X-ray mode up here. We're going to click on edit mode. And we're going to select the bottom half of the faces of the sphere and delete. And now we've got half a sphere. That's just nice, right? So next I want to do is press Ctrl A, or you can use the select and drag with your mouse, and either like that, or you can hit Ctrl A. So hit select one face, Control. Is it Control A? It should be Control A. Hey, for some reason, oh, it's just A. Sorry, my brain's getting jumbled up between multiple different softwares, but it's A. It's just A on its own, or you can just, like I said, just drag. Anyway, going off topic. We're going to select our extrude individual faces, and we're going to just bring it out slightly, just like a little bit, like this, as you can see. Now we want to select the inversion, so we want to go select, invert, and then we're going to press delete faces. So now we're left with these panels that have these nice gaps in them. And maybe I don't want this to be, the gaps to be so big. I want these little triangle wedges. So maybe we'll merge these ones back. So we'll just merge them back. Let's go into vertices easier, like this. Let's merge all of these together. Merge vertices at center, and we're just gonna quickly select those, merge at center. So shortcut is M. So if I hit M at center, M at center, because I want one cap. I don't want these little triangle wedges. You'll see it when we get to it, but it's just preference. You can choose to have those little triangle wedges at center, at center, at center, nearly there, at center. There shouldn't be too many. This should be the last one. There we go. So that should just work one piece now. There we go. Almost like a, we've got this little dome. However, it doesn't, it doesn't look like it's brickwork. It just looks like nicely distributed tiles. So I'm just going to go into this side view here. Go back into edit mode. With the faces selected, I'm going to select this row here, and I don't need the top actually, so the top's fine. Yeah, the top's fine. We're going to just offset this rotation like so. So we just rotate on the Z. There we go. Now we've got this kind of brickwork. So it looks like the blocks are stacked on top of each other, and that's the look we want. Okay. So now, before we do any more on this, or we'll come back to this, let's do the tunnel, which is going to be exactly the same. So we're going to use a mesh. We're going to just use a cylinder. We'll reduce this to, say, I don't know, 16. Yeah, 16 looks okay. And I'm just going to move this over here. Scale this down. Right. And what I want to do is delete the top face and the bottom face, like so. We just want the actual ring. Okay. And in edit mode, I want to add an edge loop in the middle. Increase the number of cuts. 3 is okay. 3 seems okay. Okay. I'm going back into face mode. I'm going to press A to select everything. Again, the same way we did this, we're going to use the extrude individual faces. We're just going to break it out a tiny bit. There we go. Then we're going to go select, invert, and delete faces. Or Control I to select the inversion. Anyway, so now we can do that. Now you can see we have the faces individually. Now we just want to offset this. So I'm just going to go and look at it from the side. I'm going to select this row and this row. And the same way we did the offset here, I want to repeat that. There we go. Just rotated it along the z-axis here. There we go. Now if I turn off X-ray mode, you can see it looks, nicely stacked bricks. Okay, so we can come out of edit mode for now. We want to rotate this. So we want this 90 degrees. So up about my side menu over here. Boom. And we change this to 90. Boom. It's on its side now. And I'll just position this like so. Don't worry about that. This half of the cylinder. It'll be hidden underground anyway. So it's not a big issue. There we go. So now let's apply modifiers to our objects. So let's start with go back to our dome. I'm going to add a modifier. We're going to start with the solidify. Okay. So we're going to add a solidify first, followed by a bevel. So we want a bevel. And we're going to follow by a subdivision surface. Okay. And now you can see it's starting to take form. So now we have to tweak some of these parameters on our modifiers. So on the simplify, we want to change the thickness. So as you can see, I want to bring this up so it goes in. So you can see the thickness is there. So it's adding that solid, it's making it more solid. And then we're going to tweak our bevel. So I'm going to add 2 segments. There we go. And you can see how much it's, starting to form and look like a thing, a igloo. I like it kind of rounded, a bit like this. I'm happy with that. You can tweak it to the look you want, but you can see here. Oh, I missed this. I missed this. This vertex over here. So we'll just say merge at center. If you do that, easy fix. Just go into edit mode and fix that. There you go. But yeah, rather than having these little pizza slices, I wanted just to have one cap. In my previous one, I had these little pizza slices and I didn't like it. So I do like the look of that. There you go. Well, this is, like I said, this is a preference. How you want to build that. Anyway, we're going to apply the same to this. Same modifiers. So we're going to add the solidify, bevel, and subdivision on our cylinder too. So we're going to go solidify. So, and like I said, increase that if you want the solidify, you increase the thickness. Bevel, I'm going to change the segments to 2, and you can see. And subdivision, boom. I'm also going to increase that to 2, and I'll go back onto that subdivision. I'll just increase that to 2. There we go. Now I want to play around with the thickness on the actual tunnel bit a bit. Not too much. Slightly thick. There we go. And then I'll just tweak my bezel. Oh, went the wrong way. There we go. I like the way that looks. Now I can just put this in here so it just intersects. Doesn't need to be perfect. There we go. So once you're happy with that, you can apply these modifiers. If you're going to apply the modifiers, apply it from the top. So press apply first to the solidified, then the bevel, then apply the subdivision. So I'm just doing that. Apply and apply. There we go. Now we can just join these together if you want. I'm going to join them together. And I'll rename this Igloo. In the hierarchy, I'll just name it Igloo. Rename it Igloo. I spelled this wrong. There you go. Igloo. I don't know. Anyway, this is I want to just. It looks too perfect. So what I like to do is go to Sculpting. So I'm going to click on the Sculpting tab up here. With it selected, I want to go to Inflate. I want to just use the Inflate tool. And I'm just going to run this brush just with its default setting. So you can see it's 50% radius, 50 pixels radius, 0.5% strength. And all I'm doing is just going to run through over these bricks and just inflate it, just to give it, you know, some, so it's not perfect. I want to close some of these gaps up, you know, and it looks like it's kind of, you know, snow rather than it being these perfectly formed bricks, because snow is not perfect, you know, unless you carve in it and carve, you know. Yeah, there you go. So let's just kind of inflate these and we just blend it together a little bit. You can do this kind of just 2 seconds. It only takes 2 seconds just to run over it. You can spend a lot longer sculpting this yourself. Play around with the other sculpt tools. Experiment, you know, see what you like. You might want to add some detail of your own that you want. Anyway, that's all I need to do. There we go. And now I can go back to my normal layout here. I'll just exit the sculpt mode. I'm going to right click and shade smooth. There we go. So now just add in the scenery. So we're pretty much done. If you wanted to know how to model the like this dome, you know, of the igloo or whatever you wanted, and you just need to know that, great. You don't need to follow along anymore. Anyway, you can just delete, and then we want to delete these faces. If you want to delete them, it's an option, so you can just select those faces and say, oh, I'm going to just delete them. It'll help if I go into X-ray mode, so I'll select both sides. There we go. But really, this is hidden underground, so you don't need to really worry too much about it. But yeah, if it does bother you, yeah, just delete those faces. I got an igloo. Anyway, let's jump into Bridge. So, Quixel Bridge, you can go and download this. If you Google Quixel Bridge, there you go. Megascan, Quixel.com. Under products, then you can get the bridge. They also have cool mixer, which is cool. And there's a new chapter for Quixel. Read more. I believe this is fab. Anyway, exciting. Yeah, sign up. It's great. It's fantastic for using with Unreal. So you can build stuff in here and then straight into Unreal. So I could build this entire scene using the bridge assets, build everything, and then, you know, later on take this into Unreal, make it an environment, real-time environment without rendering it. Anyway, what I want to do is, like I said, click on Bridge. I want to get some assets. So I clicked on the Arctic Snow. Maybe it's up to you what you want to use. You can do, I don't know, mountain slopes. You want to put an igloo in the lava or in Utah. It's entirely up to you. We'll go with the snow one, and there's loads of assets you can just download. So to download an asset, for example, if I wanted, let's see what we've got in here. I've already got these ones. So when you have them downloaded, you get a little green check. So if I hit plus, you'll notice it'll appear in my hierarchy. So I can hit plus, plus like that, and they all start popping in into the scene like so. So if I go to say this one, this snow snow embankment, and I hit download, it'll download. If I click on the actual object as well, you get this little pop out, and you can choose here if you want 4K, 8K, and then you've got even more options on the export settings. You know, you can choose what type of level of detail you want, all sorts. It's fantastic. Wonderful job they done. Okay, and we've got materials. So I've already chosen the chunky snow material. You can choose a different one. Maybe you want a fresh wind sweep snow, or you want melted snow, or you want clean snow. Entirely up to you. And I'll export that too. There you go. Once it says, it will say export to Blender very successfully, and you can like just minimize this, and you'll notice all the assets are in one spot, which is fine. We just move them out the way. Boom. Like this, you know, that's our igloo, and there's our ground. So I'm just going to scale this up nice and big. Sorry, I was waffling on a little bit. There we go. And what we're going to do is position these. Now we're going to need to do some work to the materials. Not much, nothing too fancy. We're just going to have to edit some of the shading on these, because I think when you bring them in Blender, sometimes they're a bit funny. So for example, if we click here and we go and look at our material, yeah, like this, we're going to click on the shading tab. This one is fine for so what I don't want is transmission, so I'm going to take transmission off, like that. And the same on this one. I remove transmission, and also on the ground transmission. And I'll click on the igloo, and you know the material we imported in, the chunky snow, you'll find it here too. And I would remove transmission off this too. There we go. That's all we needed to do. And now that's all it is about compositing your scene. Yeah, let's change the lighting so we can see a little bit better. Right now we're in Eevee, so you know, if you want to put, I'll just put that spot. There we go. Just adds that shadow, self-shadowing a bit more heavier. But yeah, all you're doing is, you can see, I just scale this up. Control C, Control V. I can duplicate this. Perhaps I want to scale this down. You know, move this around. Different angle. You know, this over here. Go. Maybe I want to scale this one up. Yeah. Now we can go back into Bridge, where that download should have been complete by now. The snow embankment, this one here. So you can see I've got the green check, it's downloaded. Now I could just say export. I didn't want you to watch my download, slow internet. But yeah. And again, you can see it's got this transmission on here. It works fantastic in Unreal. When you just take them in, they work perfect. Some other softwares you have to tweak these materials for it to work. Anyway, click on that shading tab again. Boom. I'll just disconnect transmission. Oh, transmission is fine on this one. Oh no, it's not. There it is. Boom. Alright, that's better. And of course, you can go in and tweak these materials. You're not locked into any, you know, anything. You know. Boom. And let's push this back over here. There we go. We can put this over here. It doesn't matter where you place it. I'll let you choose. Have no rules where, you know, there's no rules as long as it looks cool. I can copy this, paste again. I'll move this around. Yeah, like so. Now I might want to rotate this. Maybe facing this way, like so. There we go. Next I want to do is just split my windows. So I'm going to do a vertical split. Boom. Add a camera into the scene. Now I'm going to hit on this left window. I'm going to press 0 on my numpad, which will show me the camera view. If you don't have a numpad as well, by the way, you can go camera, set active. That's the way you get to the menu, set active. And then if you do have a home key on your keyboard, hit home. But yeah, you can use, if you don't have the shortcuts, you can just press the frame camera bounds and it'll frame it the same way. Now I want to pop this window in, so you can close this window like this, or the shortcut N, and that just collapses this. What I do like to do is turn off my gizmos and the show overlays. It's just nice and clean. Click on the camera, and on the viewport, viewport, I want the passport out, or passport out, and I just like to make that one, set that to 1. Now I can position this camera looking at the Igloo, like I said, and easier way to do it, I like to use sometimes, track 2, something like this, just to make my life easier. I'll just select the Igloo. Now the camera will track to the Igloo, and you can set up your scene like so. Now I'm not going too much into lighting. I use the gobo lighting a lot if I'm using cycles. However, this one is just an Eevee right now, so if I switch over to cycles and select GPU compute, and let's just say denoise on, there we go. And in my asset browser, we can drop in the HDR if we want as well. HDR lighting, so we can say outdoors, natural. Let's draw on a night sky. I don't think I've fully downloaded the updates, but let's see what this does. You can just drag and drop it in, see how it affects your scene. Oh, make sure scene world is turned on. There we go. So I can drop these in. And you can see these HDRs are cool. But yeah, this is an option. You don't need to. Maybe I'll keep this one here. I like this one. Oh, let's see what's this one. I want to see what this night one. Night one looks kind of cool. Let's see this one. I like this one. I like this one. Anyway, I'm just dropping in some random HDRs. From this one is this plugin is from Polyhaven's plugin. You get so many assets you can get off the Blender Market. But the gobo lights is also I've got from Blender Market, and I really like these animated colored lights. So I'm going to take this one here. It's just a spotlight. You can see as I move it up. There we go. I can collapse this to merge a window. Just right click, join area. There we go. And what I can do is move this. And also I can use track 2, and I want to say track the Igloo. Just makes my life easier. Now I can move this over here, and the spotlight's always facing the Igloo. Now in the for the HDRI, I'm just going to bring the strength down a tiny bit, because I don't want the HDR to fully light this. I just want bits of it, just add a tiny bit of light into it. There we go. And then we got this nice, we got this nice colored light. And of course, you can change the light settings on here. For example, if I change this to 5000, let's add an extra 0, see what happens. Cool. Maybe that's too much, but yeah, maybe we could just pull it back, just cover more of the area. Change the blend. We can blend it more. Go until you're happy with it, and because this is an animated light, you can see as I drag. The cool thing about this one is it's animated, but you don't need to use this. Like I said, you can use your own lighting. There's no, you can use however you want. Or whatever you want in the scene. Let's add the point light in there. So we're going to drop a point light. Boom. I'll zoom in. So period key will zoom me into that option location of that, and then I'll bring this in, and I'll just place it inside the front of the tunnel, like so. Yeah, and let's look at it from above. Yeah, there we go. That's inside. Now you can change this color to whatever you like. You want red, orange, tint of orange, like someone's in there with a little fire, keep them warm. Entirely up to you. But yeah, have fun experimenting and building on this. Like I said, you can use as many tools. These add-ons are just fantastic for, you know, saving you time. But like I said, you're not locked into using environments like this, or, you know, no one's saying you have to use these tools. You can use your own, you can import them, you can go find free ones on the internet, free HDRIs on the internet. I believe they even have free HDRIs on their website that they let you use as well. So there's a lot. I like the night. Maybe the night one looks kind of cool. Anyway, enough of that. I'll go back to here. Get a gobo. I want a cloud one, and let's just take cloud one. Go and bring this up. Boom. So see how quick this is, and even if you wanted, like, say, clouds to look like clouds were moving across, you know, you can do a slow drift, but you can see that how cool that is. It adds so much detail without having to do much work. And of course you can blend the spotlight to push it out more, and you've got the blend. You can see how nicely it blends here. But yeah, do experiment, and of course just little tweaks to the color. So I'll just add a little blue there. Now let's click on the camera, go back to our camera, just finish this up. So what I showed you in the previous one, I had my camera on orthographic, and then I just kind of shifted this up. It was closer in, but yeah, you can change your camera setting to whatever you like. Like I said, there's no rules. Or you can even, why not, panoramic camera. You could even go into there, and let's just move this in closer. Boom. Look how cool that looks. I do like the fisheye lens. But yeah, experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment. If you just wanted, like I said, if you're just here for the modeling part, great, fantastic. If you did like it, or if you have any, you know, other ways of doing techniques like this, share it with me. But yeah, there you go. You know, you can animate that. I mean, this HDR here wouldn't be very realistic. You could expand this environment of the mesh. So, for example, yeah, I'm still carrying on. Anyway, Control C, Control V. You know, maybe I want to make this a bit bigger. Boom, and bring this down. And let's copy this. Control C, Control V, S, and move this down here. I'm just going to cover up some of this, these trees, you know, so these mesh over here. But you can download more meshes, or you can just, like I said, swap the HDRI out. It doesn't have to be this one that we used. But yeah, have fun making stuff. Experiment. Like I said, there's nothing, you can't mess it up. We're learning. We're all learning. I'm learning every time. You're learning. We're all learning. But there you go. We have an igloo. Hopefully this was useful to someone. Enjoy your morning, evening, night, or day. And goodbye.